Welcome to episode 80 of the A Free Spirit Life podcast.
I said up is where I wanna go.
Hello, beautiful you. This is Shannon Kinney-Duh. I am a holistic life coach and intuitive spiritual mentor. And in today's show, let's see where it takes us. Oh, for those of you who are listening right now, I just love you. Can I just say that first of all? Let's just get that out of the way. I love you. I remember when I was writing some content for my website several years back, and I wanted to use the word love in the content, and one of my editors really advised me against it. And I listened to her and we took it out, but it didn't feel right. It didn't resonate with me because I truly feel that we are agents of change, and spreading goodness and love is what we're here to do. And our culture, and especially in the business world, you know, when you're an entrepreneur or you're running a business, oh my God, you don't want to say the word love. I guess that's one of the things that's starting to change. And I've always been more of a visionary. I can see things before they come and happen. And I've seen that for a long time. I've longed for it. I've longed for a world that is more conscious of unconditional love, of sharing that love frequency between each other and being able to express it. Something is happening, something is in the air, and I wonder if you can feel it. Are you recognizing that people aren't so afraid of the LOVE word anymore? We are going through a waking up process. And I think the thing I'd like to talk about today is what happens when we start to wake up. One of the things that happens is we start to feel that love in a bigger way. We start to feel it more for ourselves. We feel it for our inner child. We feel it for our past. We feel it for the birds and the butterflies and the flowers and the trees. We feel it for our animals. We feel it for our family. We feel it for the people that hurt us. And we feel it for humanity. One of the things that happens is you can actually feel it's as though your heart is starting to get bigger and expanding. And the more you feel it, the more emotional you may feel. You may start to feel emotions that you've never experienced before or allowed yourself to really deeply honor and feel those emotions. But when you have more love, I think the ability to stuff emotions or ignore them or run away from them becomes less intriguing and not so easy to do. And that's a good thing because, as we've talked about in previous shows, when you allow yourself to feel whatever it is you need to feel in the moment, you are allowing yourself to heal and make space for higher vibes. Make space for more love. And the more love that you feel, the more unity you feel within your heart and soul and within the world around you. You live in greater harmony the more love you invite into your life. So one of the shifts that I'm seeing is that people are starting to realize that maybe we've been taught to go so against the grain of our natural rhythms and the true essence of who we are, and we lost sight of that. But in our awakening process, we're actually remembering what we've always known deep down inside, our soul imprint. It's always been there. It's just been covered up and covered up and covered up by our conditioning from the past, our experiences, from the way we were spoon-fed how to be. And I think the awakening process right now is for a lot of people showing, do you want to continue living the way others taught you how to be or expected you to be? Or are you ready for a new path? Maybe one that's very unfamiliar, maybe one that even feels scary because it's just so unfamiliar. When you allow yourself to experience love and release the emotions that are bogging you down so that you can experience more self-love, that path that is unknown but so new doesn't feel as scary. It actually feels exciting. It feels magical. It feels magical because there's this energy about it. There's this, there's this like, there's this like, zoo. You know what I'm talking about. If you're listening to this and you catch yourself smiling, you get it. Because you are allowing yourself to feel. You are allowing yourself to wake up. The wake up is remembering who you truly are, who you are here to be in this lifetime, and what kind of life you want to live, and how you want to feel while you're living it. You know, my 10-year-old, I talk about him a lot because he is my little sage, and he's just really great with words. He doesn't think about it. He just speaks in the moment. You know, his human design chart is all about speaking his emotions in the moment. And one time he said to me, "Mom, I don't know what life is for, but I sure like living it." I think that is an absolute beautiful way to live. Sometimes we get so caught up in why we're here, what we're supposed to do. We forget about the living part. The living part is the magic. The living part is going down that path that is unknown, but feels exhilarating. And I will fully admit, it's not always like rainbows and butterflies and exciting going down the path unknown. I woke up today after a very aligned, powerful, in the moment, one of my best days ever, yesterday. And today, I could just feel the fatigue. It's not an exhaustion. It's not even tired. It's almost like, okay, already. Where's the good stuff? I've been awakening, I've been meditating, I've been listening, I've been doing the reflecting, I've been living in the present moment, I'm communing with nature. Is this all there is? It's that kind of like, and here we go again. It doesn't take long for me, though, to shift my perspective and use that fatigue to my advantage, because I always say there is a gift in fatigue. It allows you to just do the necessary. It allows you to simplify your life rather than getting swept up with the drama and the chaos and the clutter. When you have fatigue, you only have so much energy, and that energy, you start to learn how to funnel it in the moment for the things that are sparking your curiosity and a sense of wonder on the path, step by step, hour by hour, day by day. Now, when you're a type A personality and you want to check off the list and you want to feel accomplished and you want to produce something and you want results, show me the bottom line, people. That's where my fatigue comes. It's like, okay, where are the results of all this hard work and determination and focus that I keep putting into, right? I'm sure you've felt that before. Maybe you're feeling it right now. But I think the more that we awaken and the more we allow that fatigue to be a gift, and the more that we allow the present moment to guide us, we experience one beautiful reminder again and again and again. Life isn't just about results or the outcome. It's not just about getting stuff done. It's not just about checking off a list. It's not about attaching your identity or your self-worth to outward validations, external rewards. The true gift of living is when we look inside and deeply connect with our truth, because that never changes. The truth of who you are has been with you since the moment you took your first breath. And I think part of our journey is to forget that for a while through the collection of life experiences. I really believe that we choose our family and our life experience to heal and grow. And we're in a place of expansion. If you're listening to these words, there's something in you that is guiding you, nudging you, waking you up, reminding you that you don't even have to know what life is really for, but man, do you want to love living it? How do you do that? Well, right now it is messy. The clients I'm talking to, in my own experience, it feels like a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you're on the high and sometimes you're on the low. Sometimes you feel exactly where you need to go. Hey, that's a rhyme. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low. Sometimes you know exactly where to go. Sometimes you have no clue and you're confused. And you're sitting there wondering what life really is all about and what's my next step. So what do you do in those moments? Well, one thing is to listen to podcasts like this or watch some YouTube videos of other people going through change, other people who are sharing their authenticity, other people who are being vulnerable with you, and people you resonate with. I think it's really important to learn how to discern between the people you resonate with and those you don't, because there is a lot of information out there. And when you start your awakening process, you just want to fill up on all the information. And eventually you start to sift out the ones that resonate and the ones that don't. So that's very important, I think, on your journey, because we've been taught how to fill up our minds with so much information and distractions. It can be very overwhelming. It's like, who do I believe? Who do I trust? Where do I go? What is all this? It's very confusing. So the first step is really finding your people, like-minded teachers, peers, community, where you can share your truth, where you can feel safe to be who you truly are here to be. And you know that they're here to uplift, make space for, support you, and also walk alongside you on your journey. Because we are moving away from the times where there's the guru and there's the teacher we put on a pedestal and they have all of the answers. We're learning how to find our own answers, because truly everything that you need to know is within you. You were born with an inner wisdom. That is part of who you are. And there are teachers and communities and tools to help you sift through and rediscover that. But ultimately, I find I resonate the most with the people who are vulnerable with me, and that we can walk alongside together as we heal and grow and expand. Because the more you love yourself, the brighter you shine. The brighter you shine, the more just being who you are helps others shine bright too. It's a win-win, right? We all get to be our authentic selves, and we all get to celebrate each other as we shine brighter, as we awaken, as we step into the fullness and the wholeness of our true selves. So, as you feel whatever you're feeling, allow it to be. Trust that wherever you are on your path is exactly where you need to be. And when you feel antsy, like I was feeling a little bit this morning, like you want results, you want, what you've been dreaming of to be here already. Gosh darn it. Yeah, come on, right? I think a lot of that we've been taught. Kids, young kids, they just allow themselves to go with the flow. They play, they follow their joy, they get cranky when they're tired, they eat when they're hungry. They know what's up. If we could be a little bit more like children do with everything, I think we would find we're not so antsy. And what we were waiting for all this time actually shows up exactly when we need it. So I don't know exactly what life is for, but I sure like living it. In fact, I love living it. The ups, the downs, the clarity, the confusion, all of it. It is a part of life. It's what makes us who we are. What about you? How can you invite a little more love into your life today? Can you take a full breath in this moment and feel your heart expand and fill it with love? And as you exhale, imagine that you're shooting that love through your fingers and toes all the way out to the people around you. It helps. It helps. And it starts with your self-love and self-care. And when your conditioned thoughts come up, those habitual thoughts that tell us we're not doing enough, that we're not good enough, that we're lazy, that we're too old for, ... You catch yourself and shoot it some love. Send some kindness its way. Thank you, thoughts. You really did help me survive what I've been through. I don't need to think that thought anymore. Thank you, past life experience, for teaching me who I really am and what I don't want in life so that I can be the fullest expression of me now. I send you blessings, but I am now taking a new breath. I am thinking a new thought. I am dreaming a new dream. I am stepping on a new path. I'm going to let my self-love and my love for living guide me on the next step. Ooh, let's try it. Let me know how it goes today. I hope that you feel a little inspiration. Feel my heart speaking to you now. I do love you, and I love that you've listened to these words. If you love this podcast, share it with people you think would benefit. There are so many people waking up right now, and they're looking for guidance. They're it's hard. It's hard to know where to start. And I think one of my strengths is shining some light on your path so that you can just see what the next step is forward. And I'm doing that right alongside you. I was at a flag football game yesterday with my 10-year-old, and it was really interesting because I feel like I'm a little antenna, and I'm just kind of watching how people are working together and how people are feeling around me. And it was a great team, great coach. And a couple of things happened. One, I was standing next to a dad. We're chatting about football and sports, and he looked out to this little lake that was by where the kids were practicing. And he said, I've never been to this park before, but it's so therapeutic. And my antenna went off. I was like, wow, I love that he's noticing how it feels here. It was just, something I talk about all the time in my circles, but to just talk to some random dad watching football, for him to use that word, I just thought that was really cool. And then towards the end of the practice, I noticed my son, there were 2 bald eagles that flew over the practice. Really cool, really beautiful. And I noticed my son, and he was the only one that noticed it. And he's out on his practice. He's pointing, hey, oh my gosh, look at the bald eagle. Because we really spend a lot of time in nature. It's just part of our family lifestyle. And he knew, and he was trying to get everyone's attention, and no one noticed. No one looked up, and he was like, what is going on? And then he looked over at me, and I gave him a thumbs up to let him know I saw it. But then the 2 dads that I was talking to saw it because of my son's pointing, and they were looking at it and they were in awe. They had no desire to look at the football at that moment. They were watching these eagles, and one of the dads said, well, that is majestic. And to me, it just warmed my heart. It just made me feel so excited, because I feel like that's what's happening. And I want you to just kind of notice, do people that you work with, or your neighbors, or people at the football game, are you noticing that they're just maybe talking a little bit differently, or bringing up even spiritual concepts, or asking you questions about oh, you do yoga? What's that? Or, oh, could you teach me a little bit about meditation? That's what's happening right now if you pay attention. So if that's something that you're seeing, know that we're all in this together. Give someone a smile. Share your own experience so that we can all reach out a hand and guide each other along this amazing, beautiful waking up process. If you want to know more about me, I post on Instagram at A Free Spirit Life. You can shoot me a message there. You can go to my website, afreespiritlife.com. And I am getting ready to put up some new sessions. I have been getting many, many, many more calls about human design, about spiritual mentoring, intuitive energy healing. If those are things that you're curious about, you can learn more or send me an email. I have deep dive human design readings. That is a great place to start with me, because we do a deep dive of your energy map. What makes you you? When you had that imprint, when you took your first breath, who are you? Who are you? What is your life's theme? What is your life's curriculum? What are you here to learn? How are you here to learn it? How are you here to access your intuition? There's so much involved in who you are. And so that's a great place to start. Once you've had a deep dive human design reading, then I just offer spiritual intuitive healing sessions. And they're all different because it depends on what you're needing at the time. I dig into my wealth of experience and intuition and energy healing. Sometimes it's pure coaching. Sometimes it's emotion code releasing. Sometimes it's flower essence therapy. Sometimes it's a combination of a bunch of different things. It might even be a guided meditation. It's whatever your spirit and my spirit feel in the moment is best for your healing process. It's always practical. It's always uplifting. It's always a spark of insight, because I see myself as someone who reflects back to you your beauty, your wisdom, your power, all the things that you're equipped with that you already know. It's just affirmation. It's validation. And like I said, it's walking alongside each other. We are in this together. You are not alone on your path. You have to choose the path. You have to know where you want to go, and you have to learn how to discern and tune in to your own intuition and your own gifts and your own strengths. That is your practice right now. but you do not have to do it alone. You are here to shine your light. You are safe to shine your light. But if you're like me, I don't like doing that alone. I like alone time. I do like to be alone, but I don't like to walk this path alone. Life is meant to be fun. It's meant to be in communion with others. It's meant to feel connected. We don't have to know what it's for, but we certainly can love living it, and we can love living it together. So thank you for listening. If that resonates with you, reach out. I always love hearing your stories, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for being here, and thank you for being you.
Your heart and your soul.